Hunter.
Right.
It's looking to me like the Warrior is a pretty poor class against the other classes, whereas Hunter seems to have some nice matchups against, say, I think it's a better answer to Druid,
Mhm.
Warlock, and Paladin, so.
Yeah, that's very true. Hunter is one of the classes that can just wreck a druid or what the other class, the paladin did.
Warlock or
Yeah,
Hunter, maybe,
yeah,
yeah.
it seems like it's really good. But now Firebat's gonna choose the druid to start, BGH to start, and I think he wants to play this matchup. Maybe he's gonna start with BGH.
Yeah, so no one decides to do a Q here, and that's pretty expected, right? Because this matchup is pretty fine for both sides. But it's playable for both sides. Warlock can really just run Druid over with big minions, and Druid sometimes you just have the answers. The Keeper and the BGH. So
Right. I mean, if Firebat didn't have BGH or a keeper to start, maybe he could use it. But I mean, it's also a comfortable matchup, even though if you don't have the right cards.
okay, so Faro actually coins out the Watcher here. This does leave him with probably no drop next turn. Maybe he'll play the Power of the Wild, but he uses his coin this way. Um, it is a little bit weird because of the no follow up. Maybe he could have done something like just Power of the Wild. Okay, so we see here that he actually is just saving the Power of the Wild, so he didn't want to play it on turn 2.
Well, does the shade, if you play the shade earlier, does it like, kind of stop hellfires from happening from this turn
Hmm.
onwards? So it might be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, might be good. Who knows? No keeper here to silence, so probably
Nope.
gonna see a Vile Teacher just, sitting on the board. It's pretty weak to Mortal Coil, but good thing Savjz doesn't have it yet.
Yeah. Another thing that it might be scary is if Argus comes down. We know Sweets doesn't have it, but Argus is also going to be something that can trade very efficiently on the Violet Teacher. It
So
looks like.
instead here, you can tap a giant, you can Belcher.
Hmm.
So which is better?
Personally, I think maybe tapping a giant is better.
Right?
Even though it just seems so strong, right? You have kind of a free life tap, and the giant is stronger than the Belcher in a way. Unfortunately, it does open you up to big game hunter, but I don't think that Savjz is gonna just make the safe move just to play around big game hunter. So
Right, and the problem with like playing around Big Game Hunter is sure you play around Big Game Hunter this turn, so then what are you gonna do next turn, and then the turn
exactly,
after that, right?
you're a
It's
hand
always gonna
locked.
be there.
Yeah, exactly.
So you probably just do it. Well, I mean,
Exactly.
Savage is gonna be a little bit sad here. We see part of the wild might be able to have some degree of
Very,
effectiveness.
very sick Power of the Wild, actually.
All right.
This is so much value. It's actually, what, like plus
Plus four,
12?
plus four.
Yeah, exactly. Four,
Yeah.
four guys and a 2/2, so maybe even like 6/6, actually.
Wow, this is like maybe threatening lethal too, right? I mean, with the StrifeCro in
Hmm.
hand, Savage might need to like clear the board with like a Shadow
The
Flame here,
Shadow
but the
Flame?
Shade is not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
Uh-huh. This is fortunately for Savjz, he does have the much needed AoE here. Without the Shadow Flame, he'd be in a really sick spot, but the Shadow Flame is going to get so much value. It doesn't clear out the Shade, but it definitely keeps him alive from the Salvador.
Yeah. Did you notice that this Shadow Flame has a new graphic too? Like it gets really crazy, don't you think?
I actually haven't noticed a new graphic for the Shadow Flame.
Yeah.
I'll have to pay attention next time to it.
Yeah. It's like everything is exploding. Like every minion, it seems like it was the Shadow Flame target, and
Mhm.
then like sparks
I know
fly.
there's always new, like Blizzard's always kind of updating Hearthstone. There's always like new things, things like Ysera Dream cards. They used to be different too. I know one updates they
Oh,
got
really?
a nice update on that. I think it's
Oh,
for the golden Ysera. There's like a big portal that comes down after the Dream cards.
oh, okay. I have to check it because the portal was kind of like there. Maybe they updated the graphics. I know they changed Ragnar's, like
Yeah.
the picture actually. So
Wow. And Firebat is once again kind of threatening lethal. He is out of range of turn 9 combo, but this is already what, like 14 damage on board next turn once you count the shade growing. So
yep.
one swipe, one Salvador, there's just that's too much damage. It's so awkward for Sweets again. It looks like he will go Belcher. This will save him from many of the just the 4 damage spells.
Right. So, double Ancient of Lore. That wasn't too useful, I believe. I'm pretty sure that this game, Firebat's not going to be able to use too. So,
Oh,
pretty much
actually, if Firebat's keeper, would he have lethal this turn?
um,
It is, I think.
it looks like 14 plus 6, right? Yeah, it
With
was.
Savage Roar, wow, that's actually pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Wait, so what do you do here? Do you actually hit with the Spectronet and heal it back up with the Ancient of Lore? Because you don't. Doesn't seem like you need any more cards in this situation. You want to kind of kill the Belcher.
Hmm. Well, you're only healing for 3. I think he is going to go for a draw, just because he probably still wants to draw into the Force of Nature and Keeper of the Grove. So yeah, just get a little bit more cards. Oh, and he
Ooh,
does get the
there
Keeper,
you
a
go.
super important card.
Okay, so I think you just hit the slime here. I mean, hit the Belcher here and don't reveal your shade, right?
Yeah, I definitely don't think that Firebat is going to unstealth this Shade. This Shade is threatening so much damage here.
Right. Well, no AoEs again for Savjz's side. I mean, he has a stacked hand. That's 10 cards, but they
He
all look
can't even tap.
pretty boring.
I
I
think
mean,
Savjz
anti-Killbot, right? Is
somehow
it
he
right?
needs to like kill the Shade, right? But how's that even possible? It's a 9/5 stealth, so Shadow
Oh,
Flame for
no.
5 is the only way, but that's not even possible here. So,
Well, he could siphon the 5/5.
hmm.
That seems like a play. Like you can trade your Drake. Whoa!
So go for some greedy plays, maybe. Savjz
Oh,
just feels like he's on a timer, right? Because he doesn't have anything that can deal with the Shade. Sylvanas effectively does force Firebat to do something because it threatens to steal the Shade next turn, right? Whereas
well, yeah, yeah,
if he
yeah. But
just
then you can
removes
always
creature,
silence. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
you kind of like have the read that your opponent doesn't have keeper, otherwise you'll be dead already. Oh, the Sylvanas goes that way instead. Oh,
Oh, and
oh,
gets
yeah, of
taunted.
course he has to trade it. Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Doesn't matter, huh? So is this lethal? It
Uh,
is actually lethal.
it should be
Yeah,
lethal.
that is
That is
insane.
he can silence both. Oh wait, that's only 15
Yeah,
damage.
yeah, he can Savage Roar his own using his own
Savage Roar,
face.
yeah. Savage
So
Roar would
yeah.
make it lethal.
Oh my god. Well, this match just ended really quickly on the back of a Savage Roar and silence. Firebat's
And
gonna
the
take the first game here.
and the
Oh,
10 what? How big was the shade at the end? This 10 attack shade at the end of the game.
10
It even
attack shade.
survived a Shadow Flame.
Wow. So the shade was there for like 8 turns?
Yeah, Fireback coined it
Yeah.
out turn 2, right? I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Wow, that shade grew. Oh, actually no, because there was part of the wilds that
Oh, okay, okay.
wow, part of the
Mhm.
wild against with shade is actually really strong. It makes it survive shadow flames and whatnot. So that was pretty
Mhm.
insane.
It's also just like another target that's on your board that's very likely sticking around because of the stealth, so it always allows you to get more value from your Power of the Wilds.
So yeah, Savjz is a little bit troubled now. Of course, you never want to lose a hand lock because I mean, usually warlocks are the class that your opponent likes to ban, right? So now with the warlock on, Firebat has the coup to like ban something else.
Hmm. Yeah, like Warlock is definitely one of the classes to watch out for. It feels so good for Firebat here to take out one of the strongest classes right now,
Right. So
without even
now,
having to use the coup.
wait. So do you bring a paladin though? Because I think paladin has a decent chance against the druid.
I think so. I definitely agree with that analysis. Especially if you look at the Pinnacle tournament so far. Almost everyone has been picking Paladin into Druid, and Paladin win rate against Druid has been very good.
Oh, and there you go. Firebat is gonna actually use the coup and concede right away and ban out.
Chipping away.
Wow. Okay, so now Firebat will be playing. Once again, we did predict the mirror match, so it's kind of like that thing where we'll see if they draw Wild Growth, Innervates, or Mech Warpers, right? Because Savjz is running the kind of the mech deck with the 5 drops as well.
Hmm. They definitely are both just fishing for the ramp, and
Right.
Firebat gets it. Firebat gets the wild growth, and you know, f- and Druid
Ooh,
Mirror. That's a
that
good
is
one.
something at least.
Yeah, not quite as good as wild growth, but Innervate's probably the second best card in your opening hand. So
Right. Well, unfortunately, you are not going to innovate and shoot your opponent for 2 damage with the keeper here, so it's not going to be a hero power.
yeah. In Druid Mirror, it feels so good to. I mean, in Druid versus anything, it feels good to ramp, but in the Mirror, especially with how the matches play out, being one turn ahead, dropping these mid-range minions feels so good.
Yeah. Also, Vish is not really happy about that. He was kind of like murmuring something. So
Yeah.
now here is a decision. Do you hero power and innervate out the Sky Golem instead, or do you just innervate out this Druid Claw? Probably taunt.
Yeah, this will surely go into taunt form in the mirror. You know, right now you're mostly worried about board control and having a stronger minion compared to having deal some damage. I do feel that might be a little bit of a weird move. I mean, it's always nice to develop your board, but I feel like maybe he could have innervated out the Sky Golem and saved the 5-drop after this, because the
Right.
Keeper isn't a real 4-drop, you know. So
Yeah, so this one is basically a 2/4 charge. You might as well
mhm.
be playing a Stormwind Knight by then, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Yeah,
the Keeper is kind of a situational card, so it's hard to plan around playing it.
yeah. And here's an interesting turn. You could like Violet Teacher, Coin, and Wrath and clear the bear and get a lot of dudes.
Hmm. It looks like Firebat is really thinking about it. Looks like it's gonna happen.
Right.
I
I
wonder
think
if
that
he
is
is
really.
gonna unstealth.
I think he. Oh, you actually want to keep this Shade Stealthed?
I'm not sure. I guess I would just trade in. It looks so good to trade a 3/3 for a 4/3, but it's possible to maybe keep it stealthed. I wasn't sure, so
Oh, there you go. Savjz has a little glimmer of hope here, top decking
yeah.
a Spectre Knight.
Perfect card to top deck. This might be the strongest 5-drop in his deck in this situation, so.
And Harrison Jones is not really going to achieve much here. Oh, wow. Using the Force immediately to clear the board.
Mhm. Getting a little bit more value from the Violet Teacher as well by casting a spell here.
Mhm. Just a little bit.
Extra 1/1. Get to clear the board here. You have a bit of a board lead with 2 dudes and 3/3. I call these guys, you know, every 1/1 is a dude, I guess.
Right. Everybody calls them that. And then every time an outdoor Peacekeeper goes on a giant or something like that, we just call it Dude Slayer, right?
Yeah, dude slayer. A 1/1 is a dude, and like a 1x is a dude slayer.
Exactly. Well,
Oh man.
Well, let's come down here again. A huge board to buff.
Wow.
+5 across the board.
Firebat has been getting
Wow.
crazy Power of the Wilds.
Man, this value teacher is like, such insane value. How many dudes has she summoned? It's insane.
I don't know. I can't help but think that Firebat has really, you know, kind of ridden the Violet Teacher Power Wild combo both of these games. Last game it did so much work too.
That's right. And Raph as
Oh,
well.
another spell.
Oh my god. So we can Raph and Harrison Jones here. It's like that's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect too.
See, this is what happens when Violet Teacher gets out of control. You know, it kind of was unfortunate for Savjz. He had no way to, you know, kill the Violet Teacher, and
Right.
basically this Violet Teacher, I don't know what it just summoned so much power this game.
Oh man. Well, so now Savjz could kill it finally, I guess. You can also actually use a Force of Nature and Raph here to really clear the board, but I mean, combos in your hand, do you really want to do that? Um,
Hmm.
oh, this is definitely a hard turn.
Yeah, because Firebat is also threatening lethal here. Firebat next turn for Firebat is going to be his turn 9, and when you're on your turn 9, you have the combo threat as well. It's looking
Yep.
like Savjz can't play around combo at this point, but you know maybe he still needs to find some way to get back into the game, regardless of whether Firebat has combo or not.
Well, I definitely think fishing for cards of Ancient Valor is too slow right now.
Yeah.
You gotta think of something quick. There is no swipe in hand. You could YOLO Raph for a swipe, but man, you'll be putting all your eggs in the basket, and wow, this is not gonna happen, huh?
Yeah, it looks like one of the options Savjz has is to Force of Nature and use the Wrath and clear the 4/4 and the 5/4, leaving behind 4 power on board. The problem is you're always playing from behind again, you know, and Firebat will just drop more minions next turn, and every turn you know you're gonna have to deal with some minions and get hit in the face for a little bit. But you know that's probably really his only realistic play here. So
Right.
yeah, good thing in Firebat is he has the really nice follow up here.
Alright, yeah, just reload the board. Oh man, this
Draw
is gonna
more
stay.
cards. Yeah, looking for combo here.
Yep. That's not quite, so you get a hero power. You're doing a pretty good damage here. 5 damage means that Savjz is down to combo range, even without any creatures on the board. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, a Dr. Boom. This is a pretty good pickup for Savjz. In his eyes, you know, he doesn't know
Yeah.
Firebat has a big game hunter, and it's one of the ways to kind of take board control here. You know, Doctor
But
Boom
yeah, it
kind of goes
doesn't
over the
really
top.
matter because whoa! That is a top deck, isn't it? That's a win.
Uh-huh. That's a
Wow,
win. That's a
Dark
charge.
Whispers. Yeah,
Effectively
actually, I,
5
I thought it
damage
was
here.
lethal without it, but it actually
Uh,
was one off without the swipe, right?
mhm.
But man, this Dark Whispers, that
Oh
was
man.
crazy.
The Dark
Wow.
Whispers it can be used. It's just the 5 extra damage. It's really cool.
So Starfire to the face and has like different utility as well.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Firebat's deck is
Just too strong.
yeah. Druid also can just burst you out from anywhere. Oh, and
Ooh,
it turns out to be the handlock.
the handlock from Firebat as well. I remember that wasn't Firebat the handlock player which runs like really high cost creatures?
Oh yeah, I think we saw Ragnaros and Doctor Boom, right?
Yeah,
And I think
Ragnaros, Dr.
Sylvanas as
Boom,
well.
Sylvanas. Yeah, it was very very high curve.
Oh,
And
that is a very good
wow,
hand.
that is an insane hand. But look at Savjz's hand.
Mhm.
Look at
Oh,
that,
big game
bouncing
hunter
blades
execute.
and
Wow.
execute and but oh my god, that is
Actually,
these
I
are
don't even know who has the better
insane.
hand because maybe even Savjz has a better hand here. I just saw Firebat's hand was insane, but Bouncing Blades is one of the best cards in this matchup. You know, a
Right,
deadly
exactly.
shot.
I mean, your opponent has like two creatures, right? You use bouncing blades and then you execute the other one. So that's like perfect.
Hmm.
Well, wow. Okay, great opening, and both players have all the resources they need to deal with this match. It just has to come down to how they effectively use these resources, right? I mean, control versus
Yeah.
control is just like that.
Okay, so what do you think Fire will drop first? I think it's the Twilight Drake. This, it's a little bit safer against big game hunter,
Hmm.
and you can peel off the armor. With the
Ooh, and pew 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 pew. The Twilight Drake is gonna hit by 9 times of 1 damage each. It's pretty
gets deadly
insane.
shotted. So do you think Firebat will tap Mountain Giant, or I guess
I
he
Yeah,
is.
I guess you do, right? You do want to tap, even though if it's gonna get removed or whatnot, right? And I think Twilight Drake to play before is always good because your opponent spends a removal, and then
The
you get a
Giant can
giant for
survive
free. Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Or in the other way, the Twilight Drake removes the armor, and then your giant survives even better. So
Exactly,
that's
exactly.
right.
Oh, and
Oh,
another Drake.
another one. That's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah.
But you have to
Firebat does
click.
have 10 cards here, so he has to play a creature and not just tap after.
Exactly.
So does
Well,
develop his
here,
Ancient Watcher as well.
Savjz could clear the board with Whirl and Execute. And clear the Watcher, because like Watchers are pretty annoying for Warriors to deal with, especially when you taunt it up. You have to deal with it anyways.
Mhm.
Let's see what
He has the
happens here.
Cruel as well. The Cruel Execute. The Cruel is a pretty important card though to save. Oh, and this is
Oh,
cool.
Cruel
Just
and
Despite.
Despite. Yeah, that's really smart. Wow.
Yeah, I like that because
You get
the
to save,
maybe he doesn't value the creature that much, and he values the Execute in his hand more in this matchup.
right, I mean, anytime BGH kills two things, like a Twilight Drake and a Giant, you feel really good about it.
Yeah. And you really do want to save your Cruel for Grom as an activator, but Savjz also has the Whirlwind in his hand still, so he can activate Grom anyways still.
Right. And then look at this. Savjz has a Dr. Boom next turn. That is insane.
Yeah, Dr.
Whoa,
Boom.
Firebat drew another giant. He actually started two giants and two Twilight Drakes. Like, why not?
So you get all four of your of your strong 4 drops here.
Right, but here Savjz actually has a very nice clear into coin Dr. Boom as well. Wow, man, I think given perfect hands on both sides, I think Warrior is
Oh,
the lead now, right?
and even the Cruel trades with the 2/2 as well, so
Oh, this is
it's
just
so elegant.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything is working out for Savjz here. He is gonna coin Dr. Boom. Firebat has to respond to this immediately. It might
Mhm.
even be like something like Hellfire at BGH, but
It,
man, you are gonna go down
oh,
really
it's,
low.
it's
Oh yeah, we remember
it's
that, right? Sneeds, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to look at Firebat's expression because normally when you're a handlock and you have your opening hand is Twilight Drake, Molten, Molten, you feel so good and you can
Right.
just
But now you,
overrun Warrior, but he just hasn't gotten anything going,
that's
because of all
right.
the removal.
Well, oh my god!
Whoa.
Wow! Ragnaros too, but oh, so Vicious decided to axe this and then put a Belcher. That seems pretty good. I mean, you are threatening lethal with the Belcher anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So he
Jeez.
has a Rom plus Whirlwind follow up next turn, so he's starting 16 damage here with the Belcher as well.
Oh, not the worst turn for Firebat here. He has just slow enough to play the Molten and to heal back up with the anti-kill bot here. Pretty sweet. I mean, I think after you play a Molten Giant, you really don't care what your health is at anymore. You just don't want to die.
Exactly. Once you use, your Molten, you can just heal back up. He doesn't even have the second one in his hand, so.
Are we gonna see YOLO Rag here? Yes,
Oh,
we are. Oh, this
YOLO
is gonna
Rag.
be huge. And what does it hit? And
Oh!
it's the face.
Is that bad, actually? It
Is
almost
that
seems like it's
bad?
better because
Wait, it no
because
no,
the
it's not.
the giant isn't really threatening anything here with your Belcher anyways, and now you're threatening lethal again with the Grom Whirlwind.
Right, but then Firebat has the heals, right? He has the Siphon Soul. He runs Farseer as well with the anti-heal bot. So there's a lot of healing available in Firebat's deck. So
Yeah,
this
and
is
Firebat can
looking
also taunt
fine.
up here. So I don't think Firebat is gonna die here. You can siphon the Ragnaros, and then either tap and maybe Sun Fury your guy, or you can heal up
Mm-hmm.
with the Earthen Ring as well. So we'll kind of see which move he goes for. Maybe you can do a really yellow move and something like
Right.
Sylvanas and taunt up or something, and not
Whoa,
siphon.
did Firebat disconnect here? We
Did
might
he?
see a disconnect here. Wow.
Ouch.
This might be
That's
a bit
unfortunate.
troubling. And welcome back, guys, to the Pinnacle tournament where we just witnessed Hyped and Tides. With Tides bringing out the kind of Echo of the Deep zoo-like mage to defeat Hype's actual zoo and to advance into the semifinals where he will be playing against Sixel. But for now, we're going to actually go right ahead and finish up the first series that should have finished ago. It's going to be Firebat versus Savjz. Now, Firebat is actually up 2 games to 1, as we can see here, the deck list. If we just kind of want to remind ourselves what happened, they both used the crew already. Firebat just lost the handlock deck to the warrior, and now Firebat has a hunter and a paladin to hopefully defeat Savjz's warrior here.
Yeah, so going back to finish the series, unfortunately for Firebat, he disconnected in the last handlock against Warrior game, and
Mhm.
since Savjz is arguably in a little bit better position, and since Firebat DC, we just gave the win to Savjz. So
Right.
Firebat is still up though, 2-1. He has two decks to take out this Warrior, both Hunter and Paladin. And I think Paladin, a lot of people like the matchup against Warrior just because it's like the strong mid-range minions. They just keep Paladin's just constantly able to refuel the board over and over again. And you can
Right.
always go for Hunter against Warrior as well. And if they don't have Axe, you have a very high chance of winning. if they have
True.
Axe though, it's a little bit worse for you. But you can always
Didn't they do a thing where it was like a what was it? There was a chance of like a spreadsheet kind of thing where if you mulligan every card that's not Fire War Axe and just do it that way, like what the percentage of getting a Fire War Axe is, it's actually something like a 35 to 40% that you actually need to look for one card.
Yeah, from what I remember, I think it's around 35% going first, and if you go
Right?
second, it's around like 48%. Because you have 4
48%.
cards. Well, no,
Wow.
only if you're going second with the coin, because you have one more
Okay.
card as well.
Oh, that is
Because going first,
that
just
is
3
quite a high
cards. Going
percentage.
second, you have 4 cards. So.
This kind of reminds me of poker, right? All the
Uh-huh.
statistics and the matches and whatnot. And Savjz is actually going to roll the non 48%. Well, he didn't mulligan every card. He kept the fiery war.
Oh wow! Look at this hand. This is like the worst. A BGH, a Shield Slam, and a Whirlwind. These are not what you want to see.
Yeah, but like, what happened there? Do you really keep the Despite here, going second?
I think the Despot is good enough to keep just because the weapons are so important. But
Okay.
you don't get anything useful.
Yeah,
for
no, I mean,
now. It's
the
so
Despite could
awkward.
kill the Undertaker here, right? And that's provided that Firebat doesn't draw like 2 Death Rattles next turn.
Yeah. We know that Firebat can't have. Well, actually, if he draws
No, you
one
can.
more,
Metronome, right? Metronome
yeah,
card.
it's possible.
Oh!
Oh!
Disaster! Oh no!
So now
you see
Despite
this?
doesn't take out the Undertaker. Look at Savjz's
no.
expression. It's
Savjz
like,
is like,
oh,
what just happened?
now what I do?
You know, it's kind of a thing where we've been calling every single card, right?
Oh wow! Now he
Sure.
gets the win
That
axe,
is the way too late for that. Do you coin Brawl here? Because why not?
but you can't coin Brawl.
Oh, you can't even do no. I thought you could coin Brawl. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
this is not that
I guess
bad.
next turn. Yeah, next
Oh no,
turn.
you're right. You can't. Oh geez,
Okay,
what
so
do
maybe
I
you equip the weapon and then coin Brawl next turn, right? If you say play the Fire War Axe
Uh-huh.
this turn, and then you can attack the spider before coin brawling. Maybe that way, I think you do want to take out the spider before coin
Oh,
brawl.
um, this is really awkward.
Or do you
All
just
right,
go ahead and
so
attack the spider this turn? Because that way, next turn after the brawl, as long as the Undertaker doesn't survive, you can use your axe again to take out, uh, the winner.
sure. I mean, I
But this way,
don't
you
think
take too much
either way it's really
damage.
bad. Yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely really bad. So now Firebat is probably gonna put one. He thinks there's a brawl, right? But still,
Mhm.
this is really interesting. Do you put more on the board or no?
I don't know. I think that Firebat is definitely hero powering this turn. There's no way that he's going to play both. His
Exactly.
only his only decision is whether he plays, just one. Um, he's so far ahead. It's hard to imagine that Savjz can do anything except brawl. I think he kind of gave it away by not attacking,
Right.
or
He's
by
gonna attack
even if he
here.
attacked, that's kind of giving away. So
Right. It's a coin
okay.
brawl here, and we know that if the Undertaker survives, it's GG right there. So
It's
it's
definitely
actually,
GG.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
20% chance to actually lose the game right now. Let's see what. Oh, Undertaker gets off immediately, and the spider is the one that survives. We are gonna see a trap here. We are gonna see a spare part here.
Ooh,
Doctor
boom.
Boom. Oh no.
Wow, and Firebat picks up a cloak field. I wonder if he's going to use it here because then he can't hero power. I guess not. But
The
it does
knife, the
seem
knife
pretty
juggler?
good to cloak one of your. Yeah, to maybe cloak your
It
knife
does
juggler. I don't.
seem good, but
Mm-hmm.
it also doesn't
You also
seem
lose the
good.
hero power.
Yeah, so he's gonna do the hero power
Yeah.
instead. Can we check out actually what the trap is? Hopefully we can have someone mouse over it. It's
Freezing
a
trap.
freezing. So wait, I think Savjz is still dead.
Sweet's hand is so awkward. He has just nothing to do. Like no Belchers, no Lotheb. Uh, like has two situational on hand. Like things like BGH. I guess the BGH will be good against Doctor Boom, but it's these early turns. He just didn't do enough, and now he's just kind of dead.
And like the thing is like if this is snake trap, I think Savjz is just dead. Because one way to clear this board is to whirlwind and use Taskmaster on the knife juggler and then punch the Taskmaster, punch the Undertaker, right? But then these snakes are not alive, and you want to use the whirlwind
Yeah.
against this kind of thing.
Okay. So
Oh
let's see
man,
what Sweets can do because he can clear the board, right? Roland, Krill, Taskmaster, and
right.
then the Fire War Axe. But he does. You're right. He does die to Snake Trap. I wonder if he just attacks the Undertaker first, just in case it's Snake Trap.
If you attack the Undertaker first, I could, I
Because then
guess.
you can Whirlwind after. He just
Yeah,
goes with the double Shield Slam,
and
plus
the whirlwind.
no, and the Cruel.
Wow.
Oh, Whirlwind! Wow.
You can't
Oh,
crew anymore, right? Because of the
that
of the
is pretty
mana, yeah.
wasteful. But
That is pretty
sometimes.
bad.
Wow, the Beast
Oh, do you
for the
just
kill.
YOLO it now? Do you just YOLO it? I mean, you could just web spinner and then just kill command and just hero power again, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess the decision is whether you kill command. I don't think you want to waste your kill command here because
Whoa,
oh, Firebat
Firebat DC'd
DC'd
again.
again. Wow,
Wow,
that is unfortunate. Uh,
and that is definitely quite weird.
yeah. Well, I
Hmm.
guess we'll have to see what happens. Maybe get in contact with Firebat, see how his internet is doing, and I guess we'll try to make another decision what to do here.
Oh man, all these decisions based on the
Yeah.
DCs. It's just kind of what kind of happens, I guess. If we are gonna see Firebat here, maybe we'll just disable his cam or something just to help out with his internet.
Mhm.
Definitely not a spot you really want to be in. Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of awkward for us too because we have to make a judgment call too with the admins.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to go to another break and hopefully, well, if we can't really decide on what to do with Firebat and Savjz's game, then we'll have to go on with the right side of the bracket again. But then that is the final time because after 6-0 and Tides, finishes their game, we have to get the left brackets to actually occur before moving on. So that is quite unfortunate. But for now, guys, thanks for tuning in. This is the Pinnacle, sponsored by G2A.com, Twitch, and of course your Wood Watches. We will be right back with a short update after this. We'll be back before the timer if something pops out. But please, stick with us, and we'll see you soon.